Our kids are exposed to marijuana almost daily, I would say. It's smoked in my twin daughter's public school by kids in classrooms out the window.
It's Channel Mom with Jenny Dean Schmidt. We're here for you.
I'm Tom Walker with American Family Insurance. If you have questions about insurance or other services we provide, I want to help. You're always welcome to contact me or simply stop by my office so we can get to know each other. Thanks for visiting and have a great day.
Call Tom at Tom Walker Agency, your American Star certified agency. Excellence in customer experience at TomWalkerInsurance.com.
This is a big deal for me. I took a risk. I sometimes am a little bit more comfortable with tame topics. But because we happen to do this show from a state that has legalized marijuana and people feel very strongly on both sides of that issue, I decided to bring you a true real-life debate between two moms about that issue. The way they pitch themselves is as one libertarian mom who's saying puff away and one conservative mom who says no way, and want to kind of draw out how you feel about this issue. I have some questions based on my point of view. So why don't you just go for it, Phoebe? Where do you come down? I don't even know if you're the puff away mom or the no way mom.
Well, I'm almost surprised myself, Jenny. I used to be somewhat of a libertarian on these issues. I remember in high school debating the legalization of drugs and being all for it and gung-ho. And then I became a mom, and I realized how addicted kids can get to things like their smartphones and you name it. Kids are exposed to everything these days. And my feeling is that once you make something easily accessible, widely available, and cheap, more and more kids are going to use it. And it's really the kids that are my concern. My understanding is that marijuana does affect brain development. It impairs IQ, and it causes kids to perform worse on cognitive tests. That's all been proven. And we're talking young adults whose brains aren't fully formed until they're 30, I believe, in the case of men. And, I just think why, expose them to something that could harm them permanently. And also I understand there is some evidence that it's linked to psychiatric disorders, the use of marijuana, and I'm talking about schizophrenia. And I certainly know, a couple of friends of mine have confided that they've had kids who've had paranoid reactions to marijuana, and it's been very scary for those parents when their kids have ended up in hospitals, in psych wards, being held down by staff to try and contain them. So, it's all scary to me.
Yeah, I understand. So you're the no way mom.
Yeah.
You're the no way mom. And
no
Crystal,
way.
For some reason, and I want you to have your full say here, you're the libertarian puff away mom. Explain that, please.
So, that puff-away position is perhaps an exaggerated one because in no way am I a supporter of marijuana for kids, and I want to make that clear. And it's really only after, as I said quite candidly, I had a kid who became interested in marijuana that I started to really study the issue closely. And my research has shown me that the best way to keep marijuana out of the hands of kids is to legalize it and treat it much like we do tobacco and alcohol with real age restrictions. As Phoebe so clearly suggested, weed is very accessible to kids. I would argue more accessible than alcohol. The studies I've seen actually suggest it's no more unsafe than alcohol, which is not perhaps a ringing endorsement. But some studies have even shown that kids who participate in alcohol and use marijuana have actually protected their brains in some way with certain neurotransmitters. I'm not sure I'm an advocate of that. My main concern is keeping marijuana out of the hands of kids, and the only way I can really see that happening is putting real restrictions on age access, and hence my quite unusual argument for a mother, which is let's legalize it and put age restrictions around it, which I guess is what you really now have in Colorado.
Right, and because you feel like you have more of a handle on it if it's legalized, is that right?
I think that's right. I mean, that may be a naive position, but I think, for example, they suggested the drug cartels that bring marijuana in from Mexico would have, something like a 30% decline with legalization. Certainly getting organized crime out of the marijuana business is a good thing.